pleased to be hosting this session today with Swisscom and Accenture. First, I'd like to welcome Alex Mori from Swisscom, who is the head of infrastructure, product, and sales. And I'm also very pleased to be joined with Andrea Cesarini from Accenture, who is the managing director of Oracle Intelligent Platform Service for Europe. Let's start off with Alex giving us just a little bit of context on Swisscom. Alex?
Thank you, Jean. Well, I'm very pleased to bring you a little bit closer the company of Swisscom. Swisscom is Switzerland's leading telecoms company and one of its leading IT companies, and is headquartered in Bern. And also outside Switzerland, Swisscom has a presence in the Italian market through Fastweb. So in over, we make around 12 billion Swiss francs of revenues, and we have more than around, let's say, 19,000 employees. And we are clear the number one, and we want to shape the future, and together with our people, and of course with one of the best network in the world. On the product side, we are strongly in mobile. We do wireline networking. We have a huge and very nice digital TV platform, internet, of course, IT and cloud, banking on the IT services side, health, security, and IoT. And our market share is quite significant. We have a mobile communication market share of around 60%, on broadband around 55%, and on the digital TV platform of around 37%, and in the IT services space in Switzerland of around 14%. So we are a clear number one and a player, and we want to remain as number one. And yeah, we do a lot of great products, and we are highly innovative in terms of customer satisfaction, building up platforms, and we want to serve with the best class portfolio to our customers to remain our market shares.
Great. Thanks, Alex. That was a really helpful overview. So Swisscom has been very focused on digital for years with your My Swisscom app and many tools for your business clients. And now that we've been in this COVID era for 10 or 11 months now, can you talk a little bit about how Swisscom has responded to COVID in terms of the acceleration of digital channels? What are some of the pragmatic steps you've taken, and how does that change your strategy as you look more towards the future of digital experience?
Jean, digital experience is for us number one, yeah? And therefore we have an omni-channel strategy in place, and that means we want to serve our customers through all the channels. We serve our customers through our app on the one hand. We have an online, we have our care on online, and also on the COVID side, yes, we shut down our stores, but we were able to serve our customers through all the other digital channels we have in place. And also for us, it was very important to have the flexibility. That means flexibility in terms of the employees internally. If they have the same experience in the office, then they have the same experience in when they stay at home. And therefore, we have set up everything on Microsoft, on Teams and collaboration. So for us, it was very easy to be, let's say, online, not even in the office, but also staying in the office side. So we had the flexibility in terms of having the tools and to serve our customers through all the digital places and channels we have in place.
Great. Yes, you had laid the groundwork already, and you were ready to accelerate that and provide that choice and that consistency to your customers. Good. So next, Andrea, I wanted to get your perspective. You heard Jason talk earlier about how Oracle believes that the best approach to CX is very holistic. How do you see the industry having moved and evolved from more of a focus on point solutions like a chatbot or a mobile app to what you at Accenture call a business of experience, and what's to be gained from taking a broader, more integrated perspective?
So first of all, thanks a lot for hosting me now today. It's always a pleasure to be on stage with you, but also today with my friend Alex. I think that what Jason was anticipating today is exactly the thought leadership that I'm pushing with our client and partner in communication. Is not anymore to look after the customer experience as optimizing touch points for product and services. You mentioned COVID, and this is actually a main driver. So my point is that what we have observed in the last 9-10 months is an incredible, amazing acceleration of cloud adoption and digitalization. As a consequence, I think that we cannot anymore just optimize the channel. What we need to bring to the client holistically is the entirety of the business. COVID raised the bar of the expectation around technology. So as Swisscom is been doing, the CSP needed to re-architect their front office, but with the addition of powering the front office with the back office. And because everything is becoming an experience of the customer, everything is digital. So when everything is digital, digital is not anymore a keyword. So the touch point is everywhere. It's not only the mobile app, but it's also the download, the ability to upload, the connectivity, the way to get served when they receive an invoice. So really, that's what I mean exactly with the business experience. Another important point is that considering the adoption, doors are now open toward SaaS, toward cloud. And I think that they really become a framework where CSP can get innovation, in addition to become more resilient.
Great. Thanks, Andrea. We completely share your perspective on that. And Alex, to build on that a bit, Oracle and Swisscom have been partnering for some time on a complete front back office solution, and that's very much aligned with the business of experience that Andrea was just talking about. Can you share a little bit on how that enhances Swisscom's ability to deliver a more seamless experience, taking this business of experience front office, back office approach?
In the end, every single action influences the perception of our customers. That's why it was really important to have the customer experience and the customer experience transformation in place. So the key is really, how do we want to influence the customer perception? And to influence the customer perceptions, it goes from, influence the customer on the heart and in the head side. So, I mean, it's like on the head side, it's like, okay, I want to be at the #1 player, huh? But are we really in the heart side of the customer? And therefore, you have to influence different kind of dimension for the perception of our customers. So, and that means you need this kind of holistic approach that starts with on the net side and quality, but it's not enough. You also have to have the right price and performance. You also have to have the services and the brand, the competitors, and the public mind. So all the 6 key elements you have to have in a holistic view, and it's not starting on the network side, it's starting on how does the brand feel, how's the service feel, how's the public demand and the public view of the customer, what is the price and the promotions. So, and therefore you have to have all these elements into one view, and therefore technology platform having all this information into one single source of truth is really key. And therefore Oracle on the SIG side is one of the key elements what you have to have in place for increase the customer experience transformation and perception, and to do it in the right way. This is one of the key elements.
Great. Thanks, Alex. We couldn't agree more. So we recently launched, very much in accordance with what you just talked about, our digital experience for communication solution. So Accenture has been a key partner in this DX4C solution. Andrea, can you talk a little bit about why Accenture has chosen to invest in this, and how do you see it helping your clients and our clients?
First of all, I think that today we are discussing Oracle, Dix4C, and Swisscom, and there is a common denominator that I would like to highlight, which is a journey of co-creation. Dix4C for me has been a great experience of co-creation together with Oracle. Is a journey that started 3 years ago. Is a co-creation because we work transparently in order to close a gap that was lasting in the industry since now 6-7 years. Let's say the post-Siebel era, as I would call it. And I think that we are not creating these in a lab, but we create together with the people that need to use it, and they are the client. And that's why where Swisscom come into the play. Swisscom, for me, I always say that is a client having a special place in my heart. They are leading edge by design. And I think that in this period of time, we create a value roadmap. We discuss with CACBU, with JSON team, feature and function in the order they need to be delivered in the way. I think that also Alex can also backing up my statement when we say that the result that you achieved with Redwood experience being conversational is just amazing compared with what is available in the market and what was available with the on-prem product. So I really think that this is a right bet, is a SaaS, is conversational, is omnichannel, can be sold by different components depending on what you want to sell. So and you want to implement as a first topic. So my point is also that what was fruitful in this cooperation is the adaptability as a concept, because we don't go blind into the new, but we create a value roadmap that balance the intensity of the transformation and SaaS adoption with the business continuity that is a keyword for Swisscom, but also with the client having a long history and experience like Swisscom as well.
Absolutely. I just can agree what Andrea just mentioned is we also build up together a clear target picture. That's really key. And then you need the alignment from the business side and also from the IT side. And this has to generate into one platform. And then you have to have the end-to-end transparency and the customer experience journey, and then you create value. I mean, that's the reason why in this partnership we wanted to create value and to come to the next level. Huh?
Yes, and I love how you said that co-creation journey, and that has really been the case. And at Oracle, we really value partnering with both Accenture and Swisscom in this process. And happy that Swisscom has been our prime design partner and first customer for DX4C. Alex, can you comment a bit more on what some of the reasons were that you decided to select DX4C, Digital Experience for Communications, and how that co-creation journey has been for you, and what you expect to benefit from Digital Experience?
Yeah. We've looked at a lot of different kind of platforms and functionalities, and what we have seen is really unique, and I really liked to have the 360-degree view on the customer side, from having those different kind of information from different kind of angles into one platform. That's number one. Number two, what we've seen is that it's really creating value in terms of being faster, having the transparency, and do it more better in terms of, okay, we get the information, what is good, what is bad, and what we have to change. And this is one holistic view into one platform. That's number one. Number two, it was the team spirit in terms of putting the right people into one room on the table, and then to work it out in terms of, okay, what do we want to achieve? What kind of target picture do we have? What is the current status? What kind of journey we want to address, and what kind of CX transformation we want to go. And therefore, it was a great effort and a team effort in this constellation. And also the implementation. And the implementation has to be as easy as possible, because on the telco perspective, I think everybody knows that we have a lot of legacy in place, and therefore we were looking for a SaaS solution in terms of, okay, we have the legacy on the one place, but we want to go into the future, and for us the future is coming into the cloud, make it easy as possible, and doing, let's say, doing business together, and make it as easy as possible. And also to have the end-to-end transparency and the journeys in place. And therefore, these were the three key elements, and we really had the feeling in terms of we can create value together when we put all the strengths and the competencies into one project, and this is what we have done.
Great. Yeah, thanks for that response. And that's really been what you described, a key part of how we have architected the digital experience for communications. And what we look at across our whole portfolio is how we can help our customers live with the legacy situation that really powers so much of their business, while at the same time unleashing innovation by decoupling those two and taking an open digital architecture approach. So good. Okay, so one of the themes that we're exploring as part of this event is 5G, which of course is one of the biggest dynamics going on in our industry right now. Can you share a little bit of how you see 5G impacting your overall customer experience at Swisscom? How are you looking at the intersection of those two?
5G is one of, let's say, disruptive technologies we're going to see, because you have different you have the mobility, you have huge bandwidth, and you have a different kind of latency. So what you can create new use cases from and to the customer, and it's really incredible what you can do with this technology. And also it's very important to understand, okay, it's going into more mobility, it's going to more flexibility, it's going to be faster, and therefore 5G is one of the biggest enablers to fulfill the customer needs, and to fulfill the customer needs in terms of creating new business models, being more efficient. And this is a great technology what we're going to see, and you see a lot of different kind of use cases, and it's really amazing what the future is coming, and it's demonstrating for us this is huge opportunities for everyone. And therefore we are really delighted to be one of the first 5G providers in Europe. So we've been in a very fast front, and we do a lot of innovation in terms of this technology, but it's all about having the right use cases to fulfill the customer needs, and this is what we are working right away. And we see a lot of great use cases in different kind of verticals. Take the health example. I mean, you can do a lot of great things remotely, even in the COVID side. I mean, we see all this acceleration coming up, and it's really exciting for us being here in the front and being the number one. And we see this great opportunities in front of us.
Great. Yes, very exciting future ahead with 5G. Related to that, you mentioned that part of your responsibilities at Swisscom involve IoT, the Internet of Things, which of course we all expect to proliferate in the 5G era. And I think this becomes interesting in the context of CX when we look at the C in CX, not necessarily the customer being not necessarily a person, but rather a thing. What are some of the initiatives you're looking at from an IoT perspective, and how does that tie into the customer experience?
It's a good point. IoT, you have to see IoT not as a standalone technology, but you have to put the customer, what I've mentioned before, in the middle. Yeah, and therefore IoT is connected with connectivity. I mean, if you don't have the connectivity like the 5G, what I've explained before, and also you need the combination with on the cloud side, because what are you doing with IoT? IoT is generating data information, and then you have to collect the data. How can you collect the data? You can collect the data in your cloud infrastructure, and then what you're doing with the data, you need this kind of data collection. You need the data, let's say, analysis, and then you have to build up the front office to the customer. And then you're able to fulfill the value and the business needs what the customer is looking for. So you have to build up an ecosystem, but within the ecosystem, the customer is in the middle. And then you transform the use cases in terms of what are the customer needs, what are the pain points, and then you have the great use cases, what we have done in the IoT space. And I mean, you can go to our website and you see a lot of great use cases, what we have generated in the past. And through the 5G technology, the cloud technology, and the IoT, and you bring everything together, and the connectivity, and you bring it all together, and the customers in the middle, you see tremendous different kind of use cases and tremendous let's say excitement, really excitement use cases, not even today, but even tomorrow. And this is really, really excitement, not for the customer, also for Accenture, for Oracle, and for us. And that's the reason why we want to fulfill this technology and to bring the value to the customer. And therefore, the customer is just the key, and you have to set up the ecosystem around and to generate excitement use cases.
Yeah, that is very exciting. And as you said, the customer is always still the center, regardless of whether it's about connecting things or connecting people. It all needs to be designed with that very customer-centric approach that you're taking at Swisscom. So one final question, and then we'll wrap up this session. So we at Oracle are really pleased to have had such a long history with both of your companies. And as Andrea said earlier, a co-creation journey that I think has really helped all of us in terms of innovation and solving problems together. Andrea, can you comment on why you think that this partnership has worked so well, and any advice you have for others who are embarking on a journey like this?
I really think that, and the discussion of today is supporting what I'm gonna say, is that we are talking about company that shine when there is the will to make a transformation. And basically all the point that we were touching, digital experience or business experience, cloud, 5G, IoT, is just a matter of converging. And this is actually redefining the role of the telco, and Swisscom is very well placed to lead this path. So you are becoming the pivotal in creating new ecosystem, new business model. And, I see two trends, and honestly, Swisscom is doing well in both. One is becoming a zero-touch company, meaning that you are reaching a level of digitalization, level of artificial intelligence, level of cloudification that will allow you to be absolutely zero touch for the customer, wherever the customer is business or consumer. And the second point is to become a connected industry orchestrator. So with 5G edge services, enabling other industry, and this will increase also the resilience of the company. So I think that I see a lot of promise in front of us, and I have a good positivity about our future, and I concur with the excitement that Alex was showing and sharing with us today.
Great. Alex, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, it's all about excitement, and let's do a great thing together and put the customer in your heart in the middle of your use cases. Yeah, it's all about, and do excitement thing. Yeah, technology is just the enabler. Yeah, but it's an important enabler. So we put it into different kind of contexts: cloud connectivity, 5G, data, you name it. But it's all about creating excitement use cases for our customers.
I couldn't agree more. So I'd like to conclude by thanking you both for joining us here for this segment today. You both have a lot of very innovative ideas, and you're thought leaders in the communications industry. And we really appreciate hearing your perspectives on everything from customer experience to the future of digital experience, 5G, IoT, cloud, all of the major dynamics at play in our industry today. So really appreciate your joining me for this conversation, and look forward to continuing our successful relationship.